In today's video, I'm going to talk about filing your vine income as a hobby and not as a business. So you want to make sure you are contacting a CPA or an accountant just to clarify everything. I'm giving you my experience and what I did and why I actually chose to do it this way versus the other way. So determining if you're going to file your taxes as a hobby is basically depending upon the IRS. That is exactly what I did. When I made my original video on the IRS taxes with Vine, I was told from the IRS themselves to go to the website and look at other information in their little section. It has all these different articles and things to try to find the answers. So I came across something that was talking about hobby income, and I've never heard about hobby income. So was the number one factor that helped me determine, okay, I'm going to do this as a actual hobby because as a hobby, I'm not paying self-employment tax because this is not a business for me. I also utilize TurboTax documents as far as those online question and answer they be doing, as well as other tax preparer information because they all link back to the IRS website. So I have coming up three different pages, including this one, that gives you similar information about hobby income. And I'm just going to follow what they say. If I ever get audited, I will be able to provide the information to show why I chose it to be a hobby versus a business. Now, again, you want to definitely look out. You want to reach out to somebody who has knowledge in this, who went to school for this, who studied this stuff as like their regular job, if you want to be sure. But this is what I did personally. This is what I chose to do based upon what I was reading and what I understood. So, when I read the information here on the website, the number one things I saw was these factors when you are determining whether the activity is a business or a hobby. And these nine factors are on multiple pages, which is what I'm going to show you, and these will be linked in the description box. I don't do any of these. Like none of this applies to this Vine income because I strictly did it because I thought it's going to be quote unquote free items. I was going to just be able to like get a variety of stuff from Amazon to just have fun with, play around with, use it for my kids, my house, whatever. And then, when you realize the truth, like, oh no, it's not free, I'm going to be getting charged. Basically, I get a 70% off discount on these products. And that is exactly what I did not expect to happen. So I followed this to the T and I realized that this doesn't apply to me. So I am going to actually show you the schedule one as well because this is very important on knowing where to put that money, that amount of money you get from Amazon for Vine in the right location so that you are reporting it correctly. All right, so here is another screen basically giving you the same information, but some more links at the bottom as well for you to overview. And here is the last screen here that gives you more information, which I think is just a repeat, maybe is worded a little bit differently. But the one thing I wanted to show you is going to be this Schedule 1 form from the 1040, which is where you will actually put this income and what you will want to do if you actually have to, you have to report this also for your state. And here is have Schedule 1. So I did my taxes via TurboTax, and they actually did not prompt me to do this because they did not give me the actual wording for like if you have income that's not from a business. So I had to literally go into the search section and I typed in Schedule 1, and I believe it gives you a link to go right to that actual form. So when you get to this form, you actually have to type in right here, which is other income. I just put in hobby, and then I put in the amount, let's just say it was 15,000. And then that information will be calculated with everything else. So when you do get your overall tax form, once you file everything, it will show you have some hobby income. Now, the one thing I did realize is when I did file my state, some states and some actual local taxes do not count this income as separate income. Even though it's a hobby, they still count it as regular income as though you worked at a job. So it does not care for the distinction. But this is just my situation. Again, you want to definitely reach out to a CPA or an accountant to clarify this based upon where you lived at. But this is what I was told from the areas in my place where I live, we don't care pretty much about it's being hobby income. If you got it on a 1099 and it's showing you as income, it is regular income. And so from there, I was able to group that with my other business expense, and then I could knock out and lower that amount with some deductions. I was trying to, like, I thought it really was going to be different, and it was like, no, it's just regular income. We don't look at it as hobby. It's income. It's income. So just make sure you contact your local taxing authorities and ask them, hey, I have hobby income from Amazon. Is not I'm not working for it, and see what they say. They may tell you the same thing, but again, calling them and talking to them is going to give you the best information, or a CPA or an accountant. I hope that helped with giving you information on how I chose to use this as a actual hobby versus a business.